health, according to the Ministry of Health, the World Health Organization, is defined as the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But we define health as the complete state, or the state of complete health in terms of physical, mental, spiritual, and social. Right? Now, the basics that we want to do is, in this session, we want to take the mystery out of disease. The mystery out of disease. Many times we talk about health and our focus is diseases themselves, right? But now we want to take away the mystery from disease. Sow a habit and reap. Sow a thought and reap an action. Sow an action and reap. I'm reading somewhere. Sow a habit and reap a character. Sow a character and reap a destiny. There are three main factors that affect our health: how we think, how we put things inside our body, and our spirituality. We'll delve deeper into this later on. And positive attitude is known to help recovery, especially when operations are done. And the person, when they refuse to be helped, normally, even if they are not offered any medical help, a positive attitude makes a difference. So a negative attitude has also the reverse effect. A positive attitude always affects the whole body. You remember the Proverbs that says, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, a sorrowful heart dries the bones. Rows of habits. Habits can be essential in our lives. How many people remember how they tied up their shoes today, or how they wore their shoes this morning? No one remembers, right? It's something that you do subconsciously, isn't it? You no longer think about it. But you know, when you were young, you had to learn the ropes and make sure you tie your shoes nicely and it's the right shoe for the right leg, left, if not right, or something like that. But habits can be also dangerous. Imagine if you have the habit of smoking, or drinking alcohol, or taking too much sugar, or doing many other things. These lead to the leading cancers. And looking at the world today, as we are here in Zimbabwe, we are told there is a rise of prostate cancer, colorectal cancer, breast cancer, melanoma. May I ask those in the group or those in this room, if you are above 30 years old, 20 years ago, was it common to have a family member who has cancer? If it was common, please lift up your hands. There's none. It was not common, isn't it? But today, how common is it to have a family member who has cancer? Lift up if your family has been affected yet. Okay, it's a common thing. So now we are told that in Zimbabwe, we are looking, in the next 10 years, we are looking at a person who reaches the age of 85 has a chance of 1 in 2, 50% chance of getting cancer before they reach the age of what? 85. And for females, it's just shorter than that. It's like 1:3. So you count 1, 2, 3 females, you have a chance of getting cancer before you reach the age of what? The age of 85. And cardiovascular risk, as in cardiovascular diseases like BP, diabetes, heart disease. The risk factors are well known: smoking, poor diet, lack of physical activity, obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. And remember, when you're looking at the world graph, why I put this graph up, you will see that Zimbabwe is actually competing with the first world countries. Can you take a look? We are very much close to South Africa in terms of cardiovascular risk. We are actually next to Israel, right? In terms of what? Cardiovascular risk. If I didn't manage to pull up the statistics olden days, if you look up how much calories we are eating these days, we are actually competing with Australia by a few calories there. So if you take a look also at our hospital admissions, it wasn't common 30 years ago to have someone going for dialysis. Was it common? You know, you would say dialysis and people like, are you a medical student? Yeah, but today you say dialysis, a grade 5 student says, yeah, I know that my aunt goes for it. It's like the trend of the day. And I ask myself, if chemotherapy is now trending today in Zimbabwe, if gastrointestinal endoscopies are trending today in Zimbabwe, what are we looking for? My answer was found. We need to have a new start. We need to look at things in a new, different perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Because if we don't do that, or if we don't change ourselves, we are going for deep trouble. I don't think we have a future for our children. We need to look at a different perspective in terms of our health. Who agrees with me that we need to do something in terms of our health? Okay. The wise man said, when an honestly mistaken person meets the truth, it's either they cease to be honest or they cease to be mistaken. The choice is honestly theirs. I will repeat myself. When an honestly mistaken person meets the truth, it's either they cease to be honest or they cease to be mistaken. I hope everybody in this room will cease to be mistaken where you were mistaken, or you become honest where you were being dishonest unknowingly. I'm going to talk about 8 keys of health in a fast manner, but I'm going to focus on simple details. Nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest, and trust in divine power. These are cellular needs. If you look at a basic cell, a human cell, you'll see that every cell needs all these things. So we start with water, an essential for life. This is the main component of our living. If you look at your body, it's about 70% water. And if you see yourself thirsty, it means you are already dehydrated. Look at somebody next to you and say, if you are thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Do you know that practically every body function is controlled or is in a medium of water? 5% loss of water causes lethargy, and 10% causes confusion, 20% can cause death. Actually, water is needed in your kidneys, water is necessary for lubricating your joints, water is necessary for digestion, and water is also necessary for elimination of waste. Water is necessary for controlling temperature, water is necessary for making sure your blood is moving properly. Do you know that your blood is about 85% water? So you need water for every basic component or basic function of your body. So blood thickening is actually a function of lack of what? Water. I've heard people taking blood thinners. You've heard about those, isn't it? Yeah, one of the first things that you need to do as you are taking blood thinners, or as you are thinking about taking blood thinners, is to take enough what? Water. Water is good for these liver functions. You remember your liver is a chemical filter, your kidney is a fluid filter, your lungs is an air filter, and your spleen is a blood cell filter. Your lymphatic system is the intercellular filter. And our food is digested and broken down into tiny elements so that we get energy from it, we get nutrients, we repair, and other processes that are necessary. During this process, we need water as a facilitator. And all the unwanted debris or recycled nutrients are carried through our body, through water and blood. That is why cleansing these filters as well as the colon is vital for our health. Let me pause here. Most of us struggle from diseases that emanate from constipation. I would actually want to say, this is my own, off the record, that constipation is the mother of all disease. Constipation is the mother of all disease. When I was doing my thesis for my master's, I looked at 400 patients who were in stage 3 and 4 cancer. I didn't find one who was not constipated. I didn't find one who was not constipated. So constipation is the mother of diseases, according to me. Okay? Now, what is constipation? Many people think that constipation is when you have no bowel movement. Wrong. Constipation is when you eat 3 times a day and you move your bowel once a day. Why? Where is all the waste going to? Have you just become Adam or something is wrong with your digestive system? I hope you got me right. Whenever we eat, we have waste that remains in our colon and it's supposed to move out. So the bottom line is we should move at least twice a day. How about if we are eating 3 times a day? Does that make sense? Yes. We know those. Please don't worry about this. It's food for thought. Now we have something to work towards, isn't it? Right. Not drinking enough water has been linked with constipation, kidney stones, overeating, dry eyes, mouth, and skin. I want to explain something on overeating. Many people think that they are hungry when they are actually thirsty. So instead of drinking water, they eat. Okay? The results of research that was published in the American Journal of Epidemiology, volume 155, number 9, shows that drinking high amounts of plain water is as important as exercise, diet, and not smoking. So, if you are not smoking and you are on a good diet and you are doing some exercise, drinking water is as good as those things. And not drinking water is almost as good as smoking, if you want to equate it. Water and other fluids are also good for heart disease. That's another study that was done. Now I'll enter into a story where many people would want to hear this, but let me dive deep into it. Coffee, soda, milk, caffeinated soft drinks show statistically significant heart benefits. You didn't read right. Let's go through the statement again. Did not show statistically significant heart benefits. It's actually a lie that they tell us in television that these things are good for us. The initial effects of these fluids is to just draw water out of the blood into the stomach and give you the high. And after that, you are thrown down, rock bottom, and you need another dose. Actually, these things have an effect like a drug. In contrast to other fluids, water is absorbed immediately, thus hydrating the blood system. Drinking high amounts of water thins the blood, reduces the risk of blood clots, and also there's a considerable difference between drinking pure water and other fluids. Someone was saying we can drink 100% juices to replace water. The answer is no, according to anatomy. Water is no replacement. It's either we drink water or we are drinking water. Are we together, church? Yes, the benefits of drinking pure water is greater than drinking moderate amounts of alcohol or taking an aspirin. You are rather better off taking water than taking a painkiller because the benefits, water actually helps you with pain management. If someone is experienced it, please lift up your hand. Okay, I see one in the back. Men who drank 3 to 4 glasses of water a day had a 40% reduction in risk of cardiovascular disease, and women had a 43% reduction, which means people who are on heart disease medication who actually reap a benefit by drinking sufficient water. Knowing when to drink water is also important as drinking the water. So let's talk about 2 things here. We need to drink water before or after meals. Alright? You are Bible scholars, so I'll make it easy for you. Ecclesiastes 3 says what? There is time to drink and there is time to eat. I have never read anywhere else where it's mixed. We have time for one and time for the other. So let me talk straight. The idea that we drink tea with our bread makes us impoverished. May I repeat it? It's adult malnutrition. Okay, because you are attempting to fill up your stomach with liquids, but not with nutrients. Hello? Talk to someone next to you. One of the most natural and healthiest ways for us to cleanse our body, and both externally and internally, is with water. So we also need to know the state that we drink water in. Please, I'm not bashing that bottle right in front of me there. Excuse me. I'm talking about drinking water. So it's not personal, the owner of the bottle. We need to drink water at room temperature the best. Why? It's easily absorbable by our bodies. When water is very cold, the body needs to heat it up. When water is very hot, the body needs to cool it down. before you absorb it. So extremes in temperatures needs to be managed. We talked about the functions of water, its cleansing, its pain relief. You can use different forms of water for treatment. Let me move on with that. How much water should we drink? Let me not bother you with this. Take your weight. If your weight is 60 kgs, divided by 2, divided by 30, you get 2 liters, isn't it? So, if you divide by your weight by 30, you get the amount of water that you are losing or you are using a day. That is through breathing, excreting, sweating, and temperature management. Are we together? So, if your weight is 90, you are losing about 3 liters of water a day. If your weight is 120, you are losing about 4 liters of water a day. So, there is no one measurement for everybody. You are Bible scholars, I will take you again to Ezekiel 4 verse 11, which says we should drink water by a measure. I've paraphrased it. Here, and in, and there, another one. That's in King James Version. So, the art of drinking water by measure didn't start with us. Don't think we are sophisticated. It was done before us and even before this fantastic discovery. Always drink water before physical activity rather than after activity. Don't drink water after the job. Drink water before the job. Right? Keep a water bottle in the glass area available at work so that you drink more water. Keep a water bottle on your bedside table as well. 2 glasses of water before breakfast is just a guideline. 2 to 3 glasses and so on and so on. Just break it throughout the day and don't be like Wasu. You know what Wasu did? This is a gentleman who went to a health workshop. And after the health workshop, he went back to his church and he was trying to demonstrate how to drink water. So he took the 2 liters, gulped it down, and soon after he vomited it all. And an older grandfather of his stood up in the congregation and said, you know, I told you, these youngsters do not know how to learn. Water is dangerous for health. Watch. So, avoid over drinking water as well, right? I've met a few people who I think over drink water. In Zimbabwe, a particular gentleman drinks about 10 liters of water. But it matches his exercise regime, which is about 4 hours. And his weight is about 122. It's a bodybuilder. And almost 200 kgs. 200 centimeters tall. Is that right? 2 meters tall. Okay. So, a few people drink water. Most of us don't drink water or drink relatively low amounts. So try and drink a good amount of water. What else do we know about water? Water helps relieve constipation and everything. But I want to talk about something that's not a favorite: sugar. An average Zimbabwean consumes 30 teaspoons of sugar every day. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. I hope I'm audible enough on this one, but high sugar intake has serious problems. For those who want more information on this, I can give you a small booklet that I wrote a year or 2 ago on dangers of sugar. Small. I was focusing on cancer patients anyway, but it would be helpful. In there, I have 42 reasons why you shouldn't take sugar. 42. Not because I do beekeeping. Okay. Not because I do beekeeping. So statistics on sugar. Effect of taking sugar in terms of your white blood cell and the ability to destroy bacteria. Look, everybody has an immune system. So don't worry about the immune system when I talk about it, because I'm not just talking about people who are HIV positive. Are we together? We need our immune system to defend us from infections on a day-to-day basis. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, let's move forward. So if you take 0 teaspoons of sugar, the number of bacteria that your white blood cell is able to destroy is about how much? 14. And that's a 0% decrease. If you take 6 teaspoons of sugar, you are gone down to 10. Right? Do you see the difference? That's more or less 25% difference in white blood cell function. Now, let me explain something to the audience. A teaspoon is not heaped, it's level. So if you take a heaped teaspoon, we are probably taking 2 or 3 teaspoons, according to this measurement. So I'm offering disclaimers right now. And a teaspoon is not a tablespoon. So if you take a tablespoon, you're probably taking about 4 teaspoons according to these statistics. So don't worry, you're part of them actually. Yeah. And when you take 5.5, 18 to 24, 1. Okay, let me explain something. The person who is taking 18 teaspoons of sugar is almost the same as the person who is on stage 2 at medication and the immune system is not responding. The person who is taking 24 teaspoons is almost the same with an uncontrollable diabetic. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? When your sugar levels are not controllable, your immune system is at its bottom low. If you get any infection, gangrene, whatever, you won't respond to anything most of the time, if not all of the time. Alright? So, let me also show you something that taking 24 teaspoons of sugar is almost as taking one good chocolate bar. Why? The bar that I explained here, I was using American English. It's one bar from the slab of chocolate. Are we together? Your slab of chocolate is several bars. An average bar is about 7 teaspoons of sugar. One stick of chewing gum is about 1 or 2 teaspoons. One chocolate cake, let me go down. 1 serving of ice cream, which is half the cup. Personally, when I was taking ice cream, I never took half a cup. I usually took about 300 mils. That was me. I don't know most of us, but honestly speaking, no one eats these types of pictures. Most of us take more than that. We go to soft drinks. That's a heavy load. So I will skip that video. Bottom line is, I took that video online. You can watch it if you get time. It's a 1 or 2 minute video. It was done on BBC. The CEO of Coca-Cola was explaining to the audience that an average can of Coke contains 24 teaspoons of sugar. And an average can of Coke Zero contains 43 teaspoons of sugar. So most of us think we are taking things that are safe, like I'm taking a Coke Zero, it doesn't have sugar. No, that's a lie. It's actually 0 calorie, not 0 sugar. Are we together? One day I walked into and I met an old lady who looked very much around the 60s. I didn't ask her age, by the way. So I saw it in the section of diabetic chocolates and all these things. So I asked her, Mama, what are you looking for? I can see you are not able. You're failing to read the small print. I forgot my glasses at home. My son, please help me. I'm looking for a chocolate for people who are diabetic. So I picked several that were saying 0 sugar. And apparently we took one and flipped the side, and in the small print it was saying the recommended daily allowance is 14 milligrams of aspartame. You know, aspartame is one of the alternative sweeteners that are used instead of what? Of sugar. So I looked how much aspartame in this bar. So I asked, Grandma, how many chocolates do you normally eat? She says, only every day I just take 2. So each slab had an average of 140 something. I don't remember the exact, but it was above 140. So according to the recommended daily allowance, it was giving this grandma enough sugar equivalent for 20 days in the 2 small slabs she was taking. But that's written on the disclaimer. And it says it's good for diabetes. We talked about drinking water, and I'm sure water, we have understood, is an essential for life. What I encourage you to do is drink lots of water and enjoy water. Okay, let's go to the next one. The air we breathe. If we don't breathe air for the next 5 minutes, who will survive? A few of us, after some serious brain damage, isn't it? We can go weeks without food. We can go days without water. but we can only go for minutes without air. And our air is 21% oxygen, 78%, I'm rounding off these percentages. 78% nitrogen and other gases plus water vapor. The atmosphere is covered with a blanket of thin or thick air, if you may say. And besides giving us oxygen, we need other gases for the plants around us so that they can also produce what? Oxygen in return. And every cell needs oxygen to survive. I'm not going to impress you with the science, let's skip it, but basically this is the cycle of air, it's called the Krebs cycle. Air purification. The air is purified by three main things that are common to us. Number one is just the breeze. You know, after the breeze, you clean fresh air, isn't it? The second one is after a thunderstorm or lightning. Lightning purifies the air. The third one is a waterfall. Normally, we go to these water bodies and it feels nice and very much relaxing to be around these places. And we also pollute the air with different things, gases, acids, death, germs, ozone, etc. And we have symptoms of air pollution: burning eyes, running nose, headaches, coughing, fatigue, negative emotions, hay fever, and asthma. Actually, some of the things that comes with air pollution. Use precaution when you are in highly polluted areas. Poorly ventilated buildings are a problem. Gases as well, you know, both the fire or using gas inside the house. Please open your windows when you are using what? Open flames. House dust is another form of air pollution. Damp and mold areas, they contribute to several other things. Right? How to protect yourself? Use exercise as an opportunity to get out in the fresh air and sunshine, or move to the countryside if it's possible for you. Worst case scenario. Do we remember a gentleman who was given a prescription like this when he had a problem with his lungs? Sister John Roth. He was told to go to Africa and breathe in some fresh air so that you get well. And his prescription helped our continent to be colonized. Circulation. Fresh air allows negatively charged ions and oxygen molecules inside. Use houseplants. You can actually use houseplants if you spend your time indoors and you don't have sufficient air coming in. Sleep with windows open. Please don't open your windows and say, at the symposium they say, sleep with your windows open. That's why I was wrong for something like that. No. Do it when it's safe for you, isn't it? Use air conditioners wisely, because most of these they just rotate inside your house. Just make sure they are well vented and they are clean most of the time. Ban indoor smoking. Even if you are a smoker, quit smoking. If you need help, please feel free. We'll be able to assist you there. Eat protected foods. There's some foods that protect you from pollution, and some of them are being based strawberry berries mostly, your citrus fruit, and also grapes and peaches, plums. Those are the main foods that protect you from pollution. Hindrances to oxygen. Posture is the first one. I wanted to put a verse there, but it's not coming up. It says, man was created upright, but they created many what? Inventions. Remember, when we were created, we were what? Upright. But most of us, due to the luxuries of our home, we slouch. Can you try to slouch, all of us? Can we try to slouch where we are, where it's possible? And try to take a deep breath, slouching. Try to take a deep breath, slouching. Okay? Try to take a deep breath when you are upright. Which one is more comfortable? Upright position, yeah. Try and maintain an upright position, standing or sitting. Slouching is actually dangerous for you. A high-fat diet also causes problems with your breathing. Remember, when you're taking a normal diet, your red blood cells are able to carry oxygen to and from the lungs to the body, isn't it? Easily. But a fat diet makes the red blood cells clumsy, so they are not able to what? To carry enough oxygen. And this is actually a problem in chronic illnesses. Most people who are chronically ill, they have a challenge with red blood cell count if they do their FBC. And one way to correct it is just to lower the amount of fat that you're eating. Don't eliminate fat. We need some fat in our body. Okay? So you can use olive oil, avoid deep frying, avoid these high fat foods. We'll talk about that later. The other one is smoking, alcohol. It depresses breathing, it impairs circulation as well. Dehydration is also one challenge. Wearing tight clothes. It's mostly a challenge that is coming to us as men, but it has been commonly a women's problem, this one. But now men have joined the club. Poor posture, we talked about this. Incorrect breathing. What's the best way to breathe? What's the best way to breathe? Let me just demonstrate as we go. Normally, if you want to test if you are breathing well, just look at a baby and see how they breathe. Normally, a baby breathes with their tummy, not with their chest, isn't it? Their tummy goes in, goes up. It's like they're exercising their what? Their abdominal muscles. So they're taking a deep breath out. So it's the tummy or the abdominal muscles that moves in or out. If you are breathing with your chest, you need to exercise breathing with your what? Abdomen. Are we together? Okay. Now, just demonstrated that. Let me move on. You can also take oxygen breaks if you work in a place that's closed up. Take a time, maybe 5 minutes during your break time, and do some deep breathing exercises, or combine your exercise with sunshine. Benefits of air, there are many of them, but some of them are it induces a sound and refreshing sleep. He has made the earth by his power, and he has established the world by his wisdom, and he makes the lightning for rain. He brings the winds out of his treasure. Jeremiah 10, 12, and 13. Standing next to the statue is an old woman. Her name might not be important to the story that I'm going to tell you, but one day when she walked into a doctor's office, she was told that you have two options. One is to have hip replacement if you want it. The other one is to just leap out of your blankets and walk every day. Start with a target of 3 kilometers a day. It was 3 miles actually a day. Then she said to the doctor, "Can't you see that I'm in a wheelchair?" And the doctor replied, "If fire comes, will you not walk out of your wheelchair?" "Yeah, I can try because it's fire." Then the doctor said, "Every day, think that there is a fire and start walking." 6 months later, she came back to the doctor and she was basically not needing any prescription drugs. Why? Because she was now walking up to 6 miles once a week and about 4 miles 4 times a week. And a year later, she joined the marathon. She was doing a walkathon, by the way. 6 years later, she won a marathon. And on this day, she had just won her 6th marathon and climbed 3 mountains. And she had just turned 93. Let me tell you something. We don't degenerate. We citinerate. The latest dangerous drug is this life where we think when sitting in our couches we are enjoying life. If exercise was a drug, I think I wrote to someone, I would sell it for millions of dollars. Why? Because exercise does wonders. Do you see the statement? Exercise is a dead word. Every time I eat, I wash my mouth with the chocolate. Inactivity increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, cancer. Use exercises in opportunity to get out into the fresh air and sunshine. Benefits of an active lifestyle. It's very important to be active. To an extent that Paul says, if you do not work, don't eat. You need to increase vitality and energy levels. So if you see your energy levels going low, you need some more exercise. If you see that you're stressed, you need more exercise. Someone says, "Doctor, obesity runs in our what? In our family." And the doctor replied, "No, actually no one runs in your family." Benefits of an active lifestyle: it strengthens the immune system, lowers blood pressure, lowers insulin requirements, and also lowers cholesterol. Regular exercise, what is needed for me? This is the truth. Most people who do some exercise on a day-to-day basis, they have longer endurance in terms of hours. Their mind is clear. And exercise is as good as medicine. Why? Because it actually prevents depression. I have not seen someone depressed who has an active life. I have not seen that. But I have seen people who are depressed who have an indolent life. Actually, the statement is true that the idle mind is the devil's workshop. Exercise also helps you to reduce substance abuse, and it helps stimulate the brain natural feel-good hormones called the endorphins. Physical exercise improves people who are on diabetic medication who need less and less medication if they do physical exercise. So it's helpful for them. The 1991 diagnosis of diabetes has risen by 300% in Australia. Type 2 had risen by 90%. And when an Australian demonstration was done for exercise, they reduced the amount of medications needed by more than 20% in less than 6 weeks of doing an exercise program for diabetes alone. But actually, you know the story. Pharmaceuticals were not here, so sponsorship didn't come through. The program stopped. Physical exercise improves your heart, improves your brain, improves your digestion, improves your back pain. If you have back pain, it's better to exercise than not to exercise. Though you might need some back alignment, chiropractic adjustments, just a back massage to help you do that. Actually, you need more exercise than, as I conclude on exercise, it's better to start safe and to improve with time. Only people who are on heart medication need to consult their physician, or if you have an injury before, you need to consult your physician to do exercise. The rest of us, you can start slow. You can try the talk test. If you can't talk to someone next to you, you're not doing good in your exercise. You need to vary intensity, and the hardest part is just getting out of your couch or your bed as you do exercise. But remember, the rule is what you use, you lose. When we are going to do the next session, my question is, I want to ask a question. Is there a solution for the 21st century diseases, even in the Word of God or the Bible message?